being alone sometimes can be hard. As somebody that left where they're from and left everyone they knew, being by yourself can be tough because you miss your family all the time. And all reality, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it doesn't get better, but it's all for your progress. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my fellow followers and subscribers. I love y'all, and thank you for keeping up with me. We're coming more, we're bringing better products, we're bringing better videos for you guys. And today's topic is just gonna be family and being away from family. And I'm gonna get real in depth in everything that is pros and cons to leaving your family. So a little bit of background, I left my family back in 2016. And I actually went to the military. So I was a Marine. I enlisted as an infantryman in 0311. And I decided to leave my family first because I am from the Bronx. For those who don't know, the Bronx is one of the poorest places in the country. It's still the ghetto, you know. I grew up in District 12, which is actually one of the poorest districts in the country, where 99% of people are on Section 8 and food stamps. I grew up and saw all poverty and gang violence all throughout my childhood and was involved in it myself as a young man. By no means of the metric was I have the worst situation. I had a lot better situation than a lot of people I grew up around. Even though I was still a Section 8 and food stamp baby, I still actually my mom managed to live in a better apartment, a 3-family house, which is a luxury where I'm from, instead of living in the projects or in a big Section 8 building where people are really bad and it's just like a lot of people bad around you. I was always really good at school. And that really helped me out to get out of there pretty easily. By the time I was in middle school, I actually went to the best middle school in my district at the time. I applied for it. I was always really good at elementary and middle school, and which led me to go to school in Manhattan. And for those who don't know, that's downtown New York City, and that's where really all the affluent people live. That's where you see the Empire State. That's where you see all these big high-rise buildings where Wall Street is. And I went to school with a variety of different students from all over the city that were also very good at academics and came from all over other parts with different cultures in the city. Going down to school in Manhattan taught me that there was a whole different world. It was the first time that I left the Bronx on a very consistent basis. And I realized that everything that I grew up around in the hood was not normal. I started seeing a lot of students from other places that were more affluent and for better families and better places that just didn't grow up like me. And that made me realize, like, hey, there's more to this world than just the Bronx. And even though all my family is here, there has to be more somewhere else. Which in turn led me to, once I went to college and I realized that wasn't really my route, just because I didn't want to get in such huge debt. I wanted to go to a place where I could really just go out and live more experiences and experience the world, which led me to join the Marine Corps. And I wanted to go and experience different values in different places in the world. To this day, I don't regret being in the Marine Corps. There was a lot of toxic things I picked up, but I always got to see my family during holidays as long as I wasn't deployed. We always got holidays off, and I got a set check, even though it was barely anything. But I always got to see my family for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and pretty much any other holiday or birthday that I really wanted to go home to that I could. Being away from your family, though, causes a lot of rift. I grew up without them pretty much. From the age of 18 to now, I've been away from my family. And I've become a man without them. And even though I could go home for the holidays, even though I could go home to Christmas, it's just filler. You know, sometimes when you move away from your family and you're away from everybody, it's hard because of the simple fact that you're missing little things. And it's the little things like your aunt cooking for you, or your dad giving you a hug, or you just being there for your little brother, watching him grow up, giving him advice on his first little girlfriend, or just being around where you're from. With all that, though, even though you miss your family when you're far away, I mean, this was the first Thanksgiving I spent in a long time without my family. I quite missed them. I quite miss the cooking. I quite miss everything. I'm Dominican, man. We make every holiday a big occasion. And my family's pretty huge. And they hit me up all the time. They call me, they miss me. Being away from them makes you realize that, damn, family is important and family is really love. Even though you're away from everybody, though, what they don't fail to understand is that a lot of people will put you in a box. And these are goals. I'm going to start going into the pros of leaving your family because there's so many of them. Because as a man and as a woman, as a young man, as a young woman, you want to prove yourself and you want to be able to show yourself that you can provide and make it out for your own. Leaving from your social network and your safety net of family makes you feel alone at first. And as long as you feel alone, it actually spurs development in you. It makes you more of an independent person and it makes you better. As a young person, I believe it's very important to leave and go explore the world because you see other views outside of your family and outside of where you're from. Once you see other views, you come back to your family and they're more impressed by you. They're more happy to see you because they don't see you as often. The biggest pro to me about leaving everyone that I knew in my family and friends is the fact that you are able to, I have been personally able to grow in a way that I would have never gone back home. I would have never been able to come out here and had the balls to make more money if I hadn't already left. See, I live in Minnesota now. And the fact that a lot of people don't go out and get what they want and get what they deserve happens because you are too afraid to leave your family. See, a lot of jobs and a lot of opportunities are going to come in your life that are going to be away from everyone you know and are going to be away from your friend, your girlfriend, your brother, your sister, and everything. I mean, it's simple things as just missing food, but you'll learn new ones. See, a lot of these things, the pros of this place, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, is definitely a lot of good, nice food. I mean, they have something called cheese curds here, which I love. Now, I'm gonna get more into the cons of leaving your family. A very big con of leaving your family is that obviously you're not gonna really have too many people that are relatable. Once you go really far away, there's not a lot of people that are like you. I mean, I'm Dominican and I'm dark skinned. I mean, I'm in Minnesota. There's not too many black people or Dominicans out here. I have yet to meet one, actually. See, the thing is like a lot of people take it for granted. You take family for granted and everything. And that's the con for it because then when you leave, you understand like, damn, I really miss so-and-so. I really miss my dad. I miss my mom. I miss everything. I miss getting a chopped cheese. So you might get a little bit of first buyer's regret. And on top of getting buyer's regret, you're going to have a lot of situations where you're just like, this sucks. I mean, I remember in North Carolina, man, the weather just was a lot different, but just the fact that I didn't have anywhere to hang out with or anybody to hang out with kind of sucked. And the fact that when I came out here is obviously Minnesota and it's super much more colder than where I'm from. And it's just a different flow. People dress different. You just got to get used to the neighborhood and the areas around you. All in all, leaving your family though should not be a decision that you make unless you are in a better economic standpoint. Unless you're making good money, and to me good money is anything above 60, 70K a year, where you can live comfortably and live better. Do not leave where you're from and do not leave your family. But always look for those opportunities and don't let them down. The whole world is your oyster and you can open it up for yourself. You can be anybody who you want to be. Sometimes it just takes moving different places. Like my dad always actually told me when I left, is basically a basketball term. That's kind of how I'm gonna leave it to you guys. When an NBA player gets drafted, you don't get drafted always to where you want to go. Sometimes you get drafted to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, you know? Sometimes you get drafted to Denver. And in all reality, who the hell knows those places? I mean, thank you for you guys that watch my videos from there, but you guys also know that you're very fringe places. But my dad always said that As an NBA rookie, this is the story that nobody will see from you. As an NBA rookie and as a rookie in life, as a young man and woman in life, nobody will understand your struggles. This is the struggles you pass through in your own self and by your own lonesome. But when you come back an NBA superstar and people be proud of you. Take care, guys. I love you guys. And thank you for watching.